La 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 la. Okay, let's watch Lotus. So ZETA tried to get Sugar Zero posted up towards A. Vanity waits before throwing his wall and then throws the B lurk wall, so they're trying not to give away that that's the play. But there's a nanoswarm here. There's 3 players here as well. They haven't done any job in terms of like pushing other people off lines. The common pathing for defenders on this map, if they're going to go towards A, is that if they get somebody posted here at the beginning, the Omen, they're going to immediately rotate the Raze and the Fade here to B. And you'll see a lot of teams doing this. You'll see that I was watching 100 Thieves were doing this. Loud were doing this, I believe, with Aspas and Kawanzine. I'm not 100% sure that Leo and Durka do this, but I would imagine they do. But I can't think specifically of rounds where they do this. But this is really common pathing. Yeah, C9 have got a timing here that just... It doesn't really take advantage of the fact that there were 3 players fighting over A because they've just immediately broken door and they're in B. I don't see many teams actually going for just straight B hits at the beginning of the round. I think trying to take Mound and then go into B, or trying to take A and then go into B is much, much more common, and I think it's because it's more successful. Because you end up pulling people away and pushing people off their aggressive lines just by the process of taking that space. Okay. 1 for 1. They're going to try and get into B. The ZETA players have stayed here for the whole time. Oh, good flash. Oh, how did Sugar Zero not get blinded? Was he playing behind the wall? He was. Wow, that's so nice from him. Sugar Zero playing anti-flash behind the Viper wall. Just swings through it. Really nicely done. Beautifully done. They're playing so aggressive at the beginning of these rounds, C9, with how they take their map control. These comps in general, when you run the double smokes, tend to be fairly slow. Like, at least that's how most teams play them. And you also need to respect the fact that some rounds they can be just... The defenders can be throwing all of their utility A lobby. Some rounds their defenders can be just throwing all of their utility over towards C. And this is now 2 rounds in a row where C9 have been playing very, very quickly without any respect at the beginning of the rounds. Maybe this is a holdover of crushing ZETA 13-2 on map on Bind. Because they're playing like they just don't give a shit what their defensive setup is at all. They're playing like they're entitled to C control. And they've dropped the spike. This looks like a really ambitious way of playing the map, where you just assume that the defenders are not good enough to stop you taking all the control you want. But they have got the spike, and they've got some space over towards A here, so it's not unwinnable. The turret tucked into the breakable door here means that ZETA do not have to be worried about this. Curry has to get so deep to break it, but he does. Isolates this angle. Now he mollies it so that he can isolate the top angle. Risky business from Curry, but you got to do something if you're down 3v4. So Curry's got some information about where players are playing. He knows that there's at least one Heaven, one CT. Ooh, and Laz gets caught. He was the player that had... Wow, Jake is popping. I feel like the comms are off here a little bit. If Jake's decided to take these fights, he should be communicating that, and Vanity should be swinging through the smoke to help him. And also Curry should be swinging to try and, or at least trying to get closer to get the trade as well. I feel like it looks like Jake didn't comm anything there, and then Vanity was just waiting for the smoke to dissipate, so he doesn't actually get a good trade timing. At least now Curry knows where the final player is, so he should win the 1v1. Oh, he's giving away where he's playing though. Oh my god. I mean, that should just never be allowed to happen. That's just a greedy play by Jake that spirals into loss of a 1v3. They did a great job though of even making this winnable in the first place. It's so rough because like Jake does such a great job of killing both of those players Heaven, and then he doesn't even have to take the fight against Heroron. He traded out a player at the beginning of the round, got the spike, killed 2 Heaven. Like, he's done an incredible job in this round. But then he also puts them in a bad position afterwards by taking a greedy fight. Looks like he didn't commit very well and makes it losable. A lot of situations in Valorant where you can be on top and then on the bottom immediately. To do last year. What a cool idea from ZETA. I mean, they'd just gone for a mound crunch. Not many teams go for those. Oh my god. He's in. Sugar Zero. What a timing. And now they have Lockdown. They have Haunt. This looks unwinnable for C9. God, and Laz is so good. He doesn't realize Hero Run is here. Wow, what a nice eco round. It just gets crushed right here. They open the door and there's 3 players facing from B. As soon as this door was opened, they probably need to cancel. Because they're getting... The further you go into the C site, the more angles you're exposing yourself to. But, yeah, nice idea from ZETA. The door crunch is kind of difficult to execute, though, some rounds, because you can just get trapped in here. Like, if the attackers take C mount control... and they know that you're on B. Like, for example, this smoke here, right? The next time Cloud9 see this smoke, what they're going to do is they're going to take C control. Then they're going to dog like this. They can open this door, smoke this off, and they're just going to fuck the people in here. And it's going to be really... I mean, it's just going to be a GG. So it's the kind of thing that only works if you manage to get pushed up on B main without being cleared. Oh, what is Vanity up to, man? What is he up to? Let's go back and take a look at this. So they're trying to re-clear A. Vanity hasn't used the lineup, so there's a snakebite lineup from here, which you throw and it lands to where the Omen is. And Vanity hasn't done that, even though he's the IGL and he knows that they want to re-clear A and at least push these people off the deep line, if not hit the site. He also hasn't put down his orb here. He's still got his orb. He hasn't used it this round at all. He also doesn't use, even without a molly, he could just molly the back of Rubble or something like that. Or try to molly up top if he thinks that Sugar Zero might be playing there as well. He just gets completely, what do you call it, blinker-visioned onto Yatsuka, thinking that he's the only player pushed up. And gets caught out in the open before his team are there. Just, Vanity's probably got the hardest role on this team in terms of having to just fill all the gaps. You know, he's playing Sova, he's playing Viper, he's playing a bunch of different shit. Just because he's IGLing and he's playing a bunch of different roles and he's never been historically a mechanically excellent player. So I don't think we should hold him to the highest of high standards, but he does need to be using the, like, default standard meta stuff. Vanity has had some good moments mechanically this tournament, yeah. Better than I was expecting. I'm just saying... I don't think the expectations should be for him to play excellent Valorant all the time, because he's also he's playing the glue guy role for this team. What do you think of? Yeah, there's Vanity using the proper molly. So that one bounces off the back wall to land on top of Rubble. That's really good. You can also throw the one that lands at the base of Rubble as well. Ooh, what a shot. Who are the top 5 Sentinel players right now?
Perfect fucking molly. What the fuck?
All of the standard names come to mind, to be honest. Like, Les, Alpha, Sugetsu. It depends kind of what you want to be playing. You could watch some Boostio if you like playing super aggressively. Who else? Who am I forgetting? Nats. Yeah, Nats has always got good setups. Shishu always has good setups as well and like good timing ideas. Oh my god. How does this go so wrong?
I don't know, that was a pretty weird KJ ult.
They swing aggressively there into... It's just... Again, there seems to be some miscommunication happening here with Cloud9 of like what the game plan actually is. Because they swing aggro to try and, like, Zeppa tries to swing aggressively to find a timing on the people over towards the link. But Vanity's trying to pit, so you wouldn't really want to be just swinging out in front of it. Curry then walks forwards in front of the pit as well and dies. C9 have got some overheating problems. And they also seem to be losing anti-ecos quite a lot. Probably because of that reason. Vanity also didn't back off there. Like if Vanity... Okay, so in this situation, if Vanity walks backwards, he's reducing the angles that he's exposed to because he's... Like if he walks backwards, he's got an area where he could just look at the B main choke point. He'd be able to see the red glows before they see him, and his crosshair placement isn't going to be wildly swinging from left to right. Whereas in this situation, his crosshair placement is just wildly swinging left to right. Hiroron gets funneled forwards into him. Hiroron can come from the side of him. So, yeah, I think everybody having a bit of a misplay in that round.
Again, it looks like C9 are the ones leading this game. Big play coming in from Zeta. Looks like an aggressive stance, but they're a little bit late on it. Sugar Zero.
Yeah, Sugar Zero really late on that teleport. It is possible to be able to get the teleport out there in time, but you can't smoke Paranoia and teleport in time. He throws the one way at the beginning, look. He throws the one way and the Paranoia, and then he tries to TP up here. That leaves you... If you just decide to smoke and TP, or Paranoia TP, you can get up here at about the same time as Jake. But in this situation, Jake has just crossed, Sugar Zero's late, Jake gets a really free kill. I think Zeta just don't realize that Jake's in this spot. Ideally, you would want Yatsuka to nade for the Omen position if you were planning to do this. You have the C's on the right-hand side, and you have the nade behind Rubble. So that way, Jake can't just TP in. Maybe they think Jake wouldn't do that because they've been conditioning it in the previous round. To be honest, I haven't been paying attention. I've zoned out. I don't know what their Rubble controllers look like. Big shots by Hero.
Oh my god.
Yo. That's nasty good spray control by Laz as well. Wow, what a shot.
Wait. Oh my god.
NT.
I've seen
Deathmatch over out here.